Okay, I think we got it solved. I see that the mic's picking up sound, but let me know if you all can hear me. But welcome in, everybody. Hello, Redra. How are you? How are you? And welcome in, everybody else. Soul Commodore here, back at you again. We're going to be doing some more work on this painting. And hopefully our internet actually stays steady today. That's what we're hoping for. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, welcome in, and why don't we grab some paint and we'll get started right away. All right, where is? I don't want to run over any cords. There we go. All right, so we got our nice palette here, which I'll take the plastic off because we're going to need to use this paint. There you go. All right. I'm also going to turn up the volume on this music just a little bit. You hear me now? Okay, good, excellent, good. Yeah, that was weird. For some reason, the OBS camera app wasn't picking up any sound or anything. So, but thankfully, it seems to be picking it up now. So, good. Hope everyone's doing well. I'm a little bit tired today because yesterday we went out and had lunch with one of my friends, and then we went out to dinner with a bunch of our friends. So I'm still like residually full today, but that's all right. Yeah, thank you, Redria. Me too. So today, as hinted by the title of the stream, we are going to be working on these chairs some more. I got to redo this base here. I just don't like how exactly it turned out. Like, I need to drop this a little bit more. The lengths of these ones are good. I just have to redo, well, I'll have to redo that one and this one in terms of the angle. But it's, the size of it is looking okay. I just have to extend this down a little bit more. So we're going to have to paint over this and then repaint it. So, you know, that's always fun. And then on top of that, we're going to be doing another chair over here. And interestingly enough, this chair that's in the foreground is in fact the chair that I am sitting in. It's this bad boy right here. I got this when I used to work at Sport Check years and years ago, and our store closed. The Sport Check I worked at closed, and they were just going to throw these chairs out, and I was like, well, I need a computer chair, so I'm just going to take it. Chairception indeed. Yes. Yeah. So let's load this palette up with a little bit more. Actually, I don't think we need more paint. I think we're good. So let's get to painting. But I hope everyone's having a good day today. So I'm just going to play with the settings on this camera real quick. Make sure everything's good. Okay. Okay, there we go. Because I noticed our frame rate's starting to dip some more. I don't know what's going on, but we'll just power through. It seems to have stabilized now, but hopefully that stays that way. Did I actually get the color of this floor the first try? Your droid can sometimes get on a bad port and it drops like that? Ah, fair. It's just very odd because, you know, the stream we did yesterday was fine, like all the way through. But the other two streams we've done have been choppy like that. Like it's very odd. Kind of cute. Reezy was saying that part of it is in Canada there was a huge outage with Rogers internet like not too long ago, and apparently Rogers clients are still having issues. And I haven't really streamed too much since that outage happened, just because life got busy. So it might be residual from that. I'm not sure, but we're gonna have to get it figured out. I hope it's not a case of the service provider just like, you know, making performance janky. And it's like, oh, if you want better performance, just buy a more expensive package. I hope it's not that. But we'll see. I just realized that the setting that I changed on my phone has made things look a little blurry. So let me change that back, because I'd rather not be blurry. Output. There we go. Yeah, I don't know. But whatever, we'll just roll with it. But how's everybody doing today? Hope you all are having a fine weekend so far. Visually looks okay to you? Okay, well that's good. That's good. I'm glad. Cool. Do you need me to move my car, or are they coming here? Okay. Okay, I think we did actually a pretty good job of color matching here. I'm no art conservator, but that's a pretty good job, I think. Okay, now let's move up a little bit closer. Let's move you all up in here, and we'll get to work. You know what? I should bring up my reference image. You'd think I would have it up already, but not so. There we go. All right. Oh, is it still freezing? Droid, yeah. Like, actually, I use OBS camera, but yes, like, please indeed. But I think it has to do more with my internet connection itself. Like, I don't know why. Like, I just did a speed test, and the speeds that we're supposed to be getting are like anywhere between 10 and 15 megabytes up, or megabits, I should say, megabits up, upload speed, and it's like capping at like 7, and like sometimes dropping down to 3. Like, I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know what changed in between like the last time we were doing streams and now, but so I'm gonna have to give our service provider a call today, I think. See if there's anything going on their end that's causing it to malfunction. Oh, welcome back, Reggie. I'm glad that we're back. All right. It should be back in that bag, the red bag that's hanging on thing. I think I put it back in there. My girlfriend is heading to the beach with her parents since we're streaming, so she's gonna go hang out with her parents at the beach. Okay, so I think the smart thing to do would be to start with this middle one. Coming down here. Foreshortening is one of the most difficult things when it comes to art. Is it in that suitcase? Alright, just a minute. I'll help you look in just a second. Alright, I'm just going to finish painting this wheel, and then I'm going to help my girlfriend look for her giant beach towel that, for some reason, I thought I unpacked from one of her trips, but apparently it's nowhere to be seen. So, alright. That might have to be a little bit longer, so we might have to do some more repainting, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But I will be right back, everybody. Just gonna go find this towel, so stay tuned. All right, we're back. Thanks for waiting, folks. All right. So we will wash this brush off again. We found another towel in the meantime. We think it might be in her car. Okay. So I think I actually want to extend this. Well, we'll paint the other legs to see first, actually. We'll do that first. No, actually, I changed my mind. We are going to take out this wheel and repaint the floor around that, and then fix that up. Because I want to extend this down a little bit more. Man, by the way, thank you again to everybody who came out to the Breath of the Wild stream yesterday. It's one of those things where, like, I forgot. Well, I didn't forget, but it just been so long since I played it. It's like, man, I forgot how much I love this game. You know, because you put a game down for a second, sometimes on purpose and sometimes due to things beyond your control. Then you pick it back up and it's like, oh man. And actually, thanks to Redria, I started a new playthrough of Undertale yesterday as well. Thanks to our discussions about the pacifist run, it's like, you know what, I want to do another one of those. I want to do another one of those. Okay, so I think what would be helpful here is to get some black paint and just kind of circle around where the base of this stand, where all of the legs come out of. Just kind of like defining where that is. Right there. Ah, she just texted me the towel was in her car. Okay, there we go. So, with that defined in there, we can now do this leg. Which is going to extend all the way out here. And what other exciting things are going on? Oh, we re-signed a new lease agreement for our place, so we will be sticking around this apartment for another year, which is fine by me because I like this wall in our bedroom. It's also great for my girlfriend because we're very close to the water, so she can do all of her paddling. And we've got a place to like store the surf ski and the outrigger canoe that she has. And it is a really good neighborhood, too. I know I made sure, I read this online years and years ago, but it's something that I try to do every time I've moved now. where there's like recommended things that you can do like every single time you move somewhere, just to make sure that you're covered and all that. And one of them that's very important is to visit the neighborhood at night, just to see what the neighborhood is like at night. Because sometimes you can be surprised on how how a neighborhood might change at nighttime. I also wanted to make sure that our house wasn't in a dead zone, which is the name I give to a house that's not illuminated well by streetlights. Because I hate living in houses that are dead zones. Just because like it's so dark, especially if you're far away from the street itself. People can like come on your property at night, you know, and you would have like no one from the street, like no good Samaritan would be able to see them, you know. If the front of your house is well lit, even by just a street light, it's more of a deterrent for people to like try to break into your house. So. Okay, so part of this wheel is actually going to be breaking into the plane of this light breaking through the shadow. Also, I don't want to jinx it, but it seems like things have stabilized in terms of my connection. So, we'll just cross our fingers that it stays that way. Okay, so, I got this. And we're going to come across, because this leg is basically the same thing. A tip for you all, if you're not used to painting or you want to do something in terms of paint, if you want to measure something out, a very handy quick tool is to actually just use the brush to measure things out. So like measure from here to like the end of that leg, and then come over here to see if it's like equal, and it pretty much is. It's a handy tool, a very crude and elementary tool. But it saves going to get a ruler and like actually like measure. Like if you want something to be that accurate, then I would recommend getting a ruler. I would also recommend getting a ruler that you don't mind messing up with paint. But if you want just like a quick like rough measurement to make sure that things are fairly even, you can't go wrong with just using your brush as a measuring tool. It works in a pinch. Let's try not to get covered in paint, please. Yeah, and it doesn't have to be the most exact thing in the world. It's nice if it is, but it doesn't have to be. You can kind of cheese things a little bit. Because if you have a piece of art hung up, like no one's going to come up to it with a ruler and be like, this isn't exactly right. You know. If they did, that would be that would be something. That would be something. This one we're going to have the caster wheel on the inside more. There we go. Beauty. So now we've got a pretty good reference point to the depth that we need to make this particular leg. I think that's a pretty good spot right there. I'm going to have the wheel coming this way. This song, amongst others on here, once again, I've mentioned this many times before, but always kind of makes me nostalgic for the time period when I first moved up to this area, which is very strange because none of this music existed, I don't think. And I certainly didn't listen to it when I first moved up here, to this area. So it's very strange that it triggers nostalgia in me. Especially, again, considering I didn't listen to any of this when I first moved up here. I'm not quite sure why it does. Maybe it sounds similar to like music or music from podcasts that I listened to at the time. I don't know. Because it also doesn't really sound like any of the music that was on the music at Sport Check when I worked there. Because that was my first job that I had when I moved up to this area. But that's the time that it kind of brings me back to. I'm not sure why. Maybe I'm just generally nostalgic for that time. Even though I didn't particularly enjoy working at Sport Check, I did enjoy the people that I worked with for the most part. They were good people. So maybe it's just that I'm nostalgic for. Because, I haven't seen some of them in quite a bit. So that could be it. I'm just generally nostalgic for that time. I was also, I'm not going to lie, I was in better shape then. The pandemic didn't do wonders for my fitness just because with all the gym lockdowns and a lot of the lockdowns happening during the winter months where I couldn't, because of my asthma, I can't run outside. By and large during the winter. It's just too cold and too constricting. And then you kind of get lazy doing workouts indoors, like body weight workouts and cardio inside, and just kind of let it slip. And then this summer's been busier than I've wanted it to. Well, not that than I expected it to be. So I haven't been able to hit up the gym as much as I want to, but my plan still is to get back into the shape that I was in that time, during that time. There ain't nothing to it but to do it, It's just a matter of getting back into that groove. There we go, there's one. Now the other one's going to come out this way. Yeah. Do this one last wheel coming off in this direction. And we're gonna like come back in here and do some more details and all that. But I just kind of wanted to lay the basic layout of where this stuff is in the plane. Like so. And then we'll come back with a finer brush and really like touch up the details and everything. There we go. Alright. So I think that looks pretty good. Not the best, but not the worst. Like I said, coming in with the details afterwards will help make it look a little bit better. Man, oh man. Okay, I just noticed that my CPU is starting to drop frames again. So this might just be an hour-long stream, which is annoying, but you know, I don't want y'all to have like a bad stream experience. You know, just watching choppy video. So I think we'll finish up this chair, and then we might raid out because yeah, it's going into the red again. It's ridiculous. We'll raid out, and then I will call my internet service provider and be like, hey, what's the deal? Like, what's going on? I hope you're not throttling my service. But we're going to go in now with a finer brush and kind of shore up some of these details. Beautiful. Okay, so now we're going to put in some lighter details. I don't know why, but that the sample there, like the woman saying "Tell me you love me," I don't know why, but it reminds me of Don Draper's second wife in the show Mad Men. I don't know why, but that's who the voice reminds me of. Yeah, couldn't tell you why, but okay. So now we're going to introduce a little bit of white to paint in a few highlights. They won't be crazy, like light highlights. But they'll be highlights nonetheless. Adding in these few highlights will also really define the other legs in terms of like where they are in space, like being able to differentiate between them. Hey, Chitanda, welcome in, welcome in. How are you? How are you? Since you're here, I believe I owe you a speed paint. I was waiting to see if you were going to be able to join us today before I did it. I do, yes, yes. But I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm glad. I'm glad you're doing well as well. I imagine you're very excited about the impending move, because that's a very exciting time. I will just finish up this one highlight on this one leg, and then I will pull up that reference image that you sent. Okay, there we go. And we will put this in here just to define this edge. Ah, thank you for resending it. Okay, there we go. Okay, so with that, we're going to switch over right quick and do a quick little speed paint for Chitanda. So I'm just going to go to my Be Right Back screen real quick, just to get this folded up, and then we will be back with a fresh sheet of paper to do this speed paint. So be right back, everybody. And just switch this over here. Alright, we're back. We've hung up our painting, and now we've got this right here. Okay, so this is a Hataro Oreki. Cool. Okay, so we will set up our timer. I haven't put up a timer on the screen yet, but I will figure out how to do that for the next one. But we've got 10 minutes. 3, 2, 1, boom. All right. Your boy Oreki. Huh. So we get a nice skin tone in here. We need a little bit more red. We don't want him to look jaundiced. That was a little bit too much red. Okay. So just basically laying in the base blocks of color. Like so. Okay, and then we're going to wash off our brush. If you need to add another 5 to 10 minutes on this, that's fine. Fair enough. Fair enough. Still going to try and get it done within the 10 minutes. I was saying yesterday, Jatanda, that it was very nice to get back into Breath of the Wild, because it had been a minute since I had played the game. So which show is this character from? I was curious about that. And why is he your boy? I'm also curious about that. Oh, fair, fair. I originally thought today was the Breath of the Wild stream for. Ah, yes. Usually Sundays will be Breath of the Wild if I don't do a stream on Saturday, because it sort of alternates. Um, yeah, like basically alternates most weeks. Where some weeks I'll do a stream on Saturday and Sunday, and then some streams I'll just do a stream on Sunday. Also, my best friend goes by Areki on Discord, so yeah, nice, nice. So your own anime Hayuka. Very cool. Very cool. Well, I will try to do him justice. Yeah, so it basically just alternates. Ah, he's one of the people you're moving in with. Very cool. Very cool. Very nice. Yeah, I imagine you're still like very, very excited about that. I know I would be. It's an exciting thing moving out on your own. It can also be kind of scary, but for some people it can be scary. I never found it scary personally. It was more of a very exciting adventure. And a bit nervous. Yeah, for sure, for sure. That makes sense. Yeah, it can be a little nerve wracking, but I don't know. In my experience, I found that you kind of like figure out your own rhythm to things. You figure out what it is that you want fairly quickly, like how you want to set things up, how you want all that to go. It can take some people obviously a little bit longer to settle in, but you eventually do. So is this character based on your friend at all, or just in terms of the name? Also, if I can give one piece of advice, one of the most important pieces of advice that I got before moving in, If you don't already do this, it's much easier to sort of like spot clean than to do like one big cleaning day. Also, buy a plunger before you need one. That goes for like a sink plunger and a toilet plunger. Because eventually something will get clogged, and if you don't have a plunger on hand, it makes for a very, very stressful trip to the store. Okay, I think we got like another minute, but I want to finish this. So we're going to go a little bit longer. Probably make it like 15 minutes or so. He likes him a lot because, yeah, he can relate to him. He's lazy like him. Fair enough. Plungers are important. I've seen the Super Mario Brothers Super Show, so I know. I forgot about that show. What a great show that was. Captain Lou Albano singing the theme song at the end. Do the Mario. Yeah, the Mario is the most basic dance on the face of the planet. Easiest thing in the world. Swing your arms from side to side. Take one step and then again. Yeah, thanks, Mario. Okay. Let's know what color are these. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm glad you think so. Okay. Okay. Now we're gonna line for his nose. Now we're gonna come back in with some white. Finish off this mug. Well, finish off the mug. We haven't started the mug. The mug technically starts way up here. It's going to look a little funny for a minute. It's going to look like he has a mustache, but it'll come together. %90 of art is things looking awful until things come together. Yeah, there we go. Mustache already. Okay, I think it'll be easier to paint that after I paint in the hands. Oh, that's still a wet brush. So this is turning into a little bit more of a slow paint, but that's okay. Okay. that hand's not great, but that's all right. And just do the same thing on this side. Hands are hard, yes. Yes, indeed. I can draw hands just fine, but yeah, painting them's a whole nother ball of wax. But as long as they kind of look like hands. As long as it gets the point across, because that's another thing with art, you know. As long as you get your point across, if you're trying to depict something or you're trying to make a statement of some kind, like if you can get your point across, it's a successful piece. So as long as these hands just at least kind of look like hands, then we're okay. Always needing coffee in the morning. Fair. I have never been a coffee person. I love the smell of coffee, but the taste is not for me. Okay. So wash that brush off, and then we'll go in with some of this. Grab some white, and we will do this handle. Yeah, I can post it on Twitter. I always forget to post this kind of stuff on Twitter. I'm also going to post it in L's Discord, since L allows me to use his Discord, since I don't have one myself. Okay, let's get some shadow in there. Okay. Now we'll just do some outlines for his shirt. And this will be ready to go, I think. You know, just so it doesn't look like he's a floating head. Okay. Now the other side. Oh, I meant to mention too, Chitanda. So, in terms of Breath of the Wild, we are now done all of the side quests with the exception of the Trials of the Sword. And we just got all of the memories. We just got to get that final one after we talk to Impa. So once we do that, which will be next weekend, next Sunday, once we do that, then we're going to go in and do the Trials of the Sword, and then we get to start the Champions Ballad. And then, once the Champions Ballad's done, we finally go in and beat Ganon. Finally. Okay. Now, finally, we're going to just finish off the bottom of this mug, more or less. All right. So there we go. We went a little bit overtime, but that's all right. That's all right. There's Oreki for Chitanda. Drinking some coffee. But yeah. So yeah, I will post this on Twitter and onto a Discord as well. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. All right. No problem. Thank you for redeeming it. Now, with that all being said, ladies and gentlemen, and otherwise, I think we're actually going to call it a stream because my frame rate is starting to do weird things again. But at the very least, we got most of this chair done. So we got an hour and a half today, which is better than the last art stream we did. But I do have to figure out why my frame rate keeps dropping and why I keep dropping frames and why I keep having trouble. But yeah, I think we finished on a high note because we finished this chair. We got to do this other chair still, and we got this bad boy done. So. Good. I think it's a successful stream, but thank you, Chitanda. Same to you. Same to you. That being said, I think we're going to raid out to someone who's having a very special stream today. Gray Cat is having I think it's a follower special, or is it a subscriber special? I think it's a follower special, but let me check. But yeah, Chitanda, I hope you have a good day as well. What is it that Grey Cat's up to? Ah, yes, it's a follower bean special. So we're going to go say hello to Grey Cat. Especially because I don't have any art friends that are doing anything right now. So let's go say hello. And thank you, everybody. We're going to be hopefully back tomorrow to do some more of this painting. And hopefully the stream will work for us all the way through tomorrow without any drop frames. So with that being said, I'm not going to let this get any choppier than it needs to be. But hopefully we'll see you tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern. And we'll have some more fun. So thanks for coming out, everybody. And we will catch you on the flip side. Take it easy, everybody.